Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with a brand new monthly budget video for you guys. For today I am going to be setting up my June monthly budget, which guys, I've added a couple of different things and I can definitely now say that I'm completely adulting because I have so many things that I have to pay now. And yes, so there's going to be a few different categories that I will be adding for this month. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to go ahead and just run down to the things that I'm using in this video just quickly, just for new subscribers, because I have been getting quite a few new subscribers. So thank you guys for subscribing. My name is Romina. I do want to go ahead and let you guys know that I am a 23-year-old graduate. I just got my BA in Spanish actually, and I will be starting a translation and interpretation program. So you guys will go ahead and see that tuition starting this month. So I'll go ahead and show you guys that. And I also will be starting to pay my student loans this month. So a lot will be going on this month for my budget. So as always, I will be using my stickers from my Etsy sticker shop. If you guys are interested in checking out my Etsy sticker shop, I will go ahead and leave a link for it down below. I offer two different prints. This is the floral print, which I'm absolutely in love with, and this is the budget kit that I will be using. I do offer my budget kits in two formats. The one that I'll be using is the ones where I have my expenses separated, so variable from fixed. I've been using this format ever since I started budgeting using stickers because I just love separating my expenses and having them all fit in my 7x9 Erin Condren planner, which is actually my budget planner. So this is my Erin Condren Deluxe monthly, which, oh my god, you guys, the new Erin Condren Deluxe monthly should be coming out, I believe, next week on the 4th. So I'm super excited to purchase that next week. So the link that I always leave for you guys to check out the Deluxe monthly planner may not be available just because they are coming out with a new one. So yes, this is what I use as my budget planner. And I do also have this red softbound notebook by Erin Condren, and this is sort of where I do my mock budget spreads before I bring them into my budget planner, just because I feel like I need to do that so I don't mess up and I have everything in order beforehand. So I'm going to go ahead and flip you guys to June, which, if you guys are not aware, the Deluxe monthly planner does come with 5 notes pages aside from the monthly view, and I do like to do it on the right page following the monthly view. So I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it because I feel like I've been chatting it up in here. The pen that I will be using is one that I have been using for the past month, and I've really been enjoying it. This is the Muji 0.38 pen. I will go ahead and, as always, leave all these products linked down below for you guys to check out. And I'm gonna get started with my big washi strip. Are you guys excited for the new Deluxe monthly planner? I feel like I've seen previews of it and it looks quite the same as what it looks right now. The only thing that is different would be the extra notes page that the Life Planner also has. So if you guys have not checked out my sort of first impressions / review of the Erin Condren Life Planner, then you guys definitely should. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take my income header strip. Oh, I just absolutely love this kit. I was super excited when I came out with it, and I can't believe that I'm getting to use it now. I feel like the months have gone by so fast. So let's see. I have quite a couple of things I have to write down. So for my incomes, I do have 2 of them. One would be for my regular hourly job, and the second one is my variable income, and I will be setting that up once I have my cash envelope stuffing video. So make sure you stay tuned because right after this budget video I will be having both my sinking fund setup video and my cash envelope stuffing, which I'm super excited for you guys to see that. So let's see. And for my variable incomes, if you guys do not know, those are incomes like YouTube, share sale, and Etsy. There you go. Now I'm going to go ahead and take one of these little thin strips to separate. I'm also sorry if you guys can hear people in the background. I do currently still have my most of my family here. The only one that's not here anymore is my cousin Joseph, but I still have my 3 aunts and my grandparents here, which I don't mind. I actually love having them here. So next I'm setting up my variable expenses, which we're just going to get right into it. So the first couple expenses that I'm going to be setting up here on my variable side would be my cash envelopes. So first and foremost, we have groceries. Now for groceries, I am lowering it down a little bit from last month, just because last month I added a bit more since my family was going to be here. I wanted to make sure that we were all good with groceries at home. So I'm bringing it down a little bit just because my grandparents are going to be staying here for, I believe, 2.5 months. So my budget for this month for groceries is going to be $130. And then at the end of the month, I will go ahead and show you guys my actual and sort of the variance there. Next, my next cash envelope is eating out. For eating out, I'm giving myself the same amount I did last month, which was $100. For gas, I am giving myself, I believe, a little bit lower this month because I don't foresee myself driving to as many places as I did last month, because last month was super hectic and I had my graduation and I had a lot of family here that I wanted to take out. So I brought it down by $30. So this month I'm budgeting $150. Next, I have my allowance. And for my allowance, I am budgeting $80, which is basically giving myself $20 per week. My last cash envelope that I have here will be my beauty. And beauty, of course, covers things like getting my nails done, dyeing my hair, because I do have red hair. I feel like I don't really mention this a lot because I feel like some of you guys already know this, but there's been a lot of new subscribers. So I am budgeting for myself. So all the numbers that I have here are to cover myself and sometimes to cover a bit of my household. I do live with my parents, which I do plan on doing so up until I feel like I am ready to leave my house and start paying rent. But as of now, I don't earn that much money from my hourly job, let's say. Most of my income, to be honest, is from side hustles like YouTube and Etsy. Now in the future, I will definitely be getting a more stable job, but as of now, I don't feel the need to, just because I am going back to school as well. So next, I am putting down the electricity bill, which is what I contribute with here in my household. So for the electricity, I am budgeting $100, which is usually under this amount, but I just give my parents $100 and they can pay the electricity and maybe a bit of any other bill like the water bill or things like that. Next, I am putting in my phone bill, which I am budgeting $115, and this has been perfect for the past couple of months. If it doesn't change this month, I will go ahead and move it to my fixed expenses for next month. Next, I am going to be putting Father's Day in here because I made the mistake of not putting Mother's Day last month and having an unbudgeted expense. So I am putting that in my budget this month because June, of course, is when Father's Day is. And I am budgeting $50 for this. I don't foresee myself spending too much, but I do want to budget $50 because I will be pitching in to maybe buy or take out both my dad and grandpa since they're here. The next one new variable expense that I will be putting for this month, that was actually a suggestion from you guys, from one of you guys, which I believe your name was the Davis Live, I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you suggested that I should have a variable expense of extra debt payment. So then that way I can go ahead and put my minimum payments as a fixed amount for all of the debt that I'm paying, which, as you guys know, is my consumer debt. If you guys are not new to my channel, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you guys are new and you guys are lost, then I would suggest you guys watch my monthly debt balances videos / debt payoff plans, just because I do set myself goals to pay off my debt, just because I do want to go ahead and pay that off as soon as I can. It might not happen from one day to another, but I do want to strive towards that. So I am going to be including that expense in here, so I'm going to call it extra debt payment. And as of now, I actually didn't write this in my May debt balances video because I wasn't too sure about how I was going to go about this, but I think I'm going to set myself a goal of paying $400 of extra income towards debt, and that includes my debt snowball and things like that. And then last but not least, I am going to be putting the unbudgeted category here, which is going to be for any unbudgeted expenses that I may have that, let's say, I didn't remember to put in this video. I feel like that happens a lot, not just to me, but to everybody. We can't really have a hold of all of the expenses we're going to have for the whole month in the beginning of the month. So I do like to have that category there, although I don't budget anything for it. I just go ahead and have it as a placeholder so I can put any actuals when I do have them. So I'm going to go ahead and just put my totals for my variable expenses, and I think I'm just going to skip a line right here. Then I'm going to put down my fixed expenses right here, which I actually got rid of some because I paid off 2 of my credit cards. If you guys have not checked out, once again, that May debt balances video, you guys definitely should. Super happy that I've paid 3 credit cards so far, but I still feel like I have so much more because, like I mentioned, I will be starting to pay my student loans this month. For my first fixed expense, I'm going to put first my credit cards. The first one that I have here is PayPal, and for PayPal, the minimum amount I'm going to pay is $86. And once again, I will be writing just the minimum payments as a fixed expense, and then whatever extra debt payments I have, I will write it in my actual for my variable expense section. Next, I have Bank of America. And for Bank of America, my minimum actually went up to $67 because, like I mentioned, I had a late fee on that. I talked all about this in my past 2 videos, so go ahead and check those out. But I do plan on calling them and seeing if they can take away that late fee. I know a couple of you guys have mentioned to do that, so I will do that. Next, I have my Walmart card. And this one is $64, and once again, this one went up as well because of the late fee. And then last but not least, I have Amazon, and this one I have to pay a minimum of $29. Next, another category that I added a couple of months ago is my tithe. And I think I'm going to leave it at $100. I know tithe should be 10%, but honestly, this is all that I can afford. I'm just looking and estimating as to my income and stuff like that. So, of course, whenever my income increases, I find a regular, stable job, I will go ahead and increase this amount. But as of now, that's all that I can afford, and I feel good with that amount. So that's what that's going to be. Next, I have my cheapest bill, which is Spotify. This one is $4.99. Then I have iTunes, which I always forget to write down, but I remember this time. This one is 99 cents, and this one I believe is just for iCloud space. Next, I have the more steeper ones, which I'm going to start with my sinking funds. For my sinking funds, I am going to be putting in there $785. Yes, that is the amount that I'll be putting in my sinking funds. And if you guys would like to see why I'm putting so much, go ahead and stay tuned for the sinking funds video because you guys will see it there. Next, 2 new categories that I will be adding for this month are my tuition, and this is for, like I mentioned, my translation and interpretation classes that I will be starting. I am going to be paying this amount, which I haven't even told you guys. I'm going to be paying $298. And this is for one class that I will be taking every Saturday for 5 weeks. So every 5 weeks, I'm going to have to pay that $298 for the next upcoming classes. So that's what I'm going to be having to pay for a couple of months. So I am definitely trying to be positive about this because I know this will ultimately help me with passing the state exam, which is what I need to be a certified court interpreter, which is what I'm striving to be. I do start my classes in July. So yes, I'm pumped, but it's also a lot of money, I know. So I do have to work towards seeing what else I can do to increase my income and stuff like that, which I'm already sort of thinking of ways of doing that. I might get a second job because I really like the job that I have right now, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So that's the tuition that I have to pay for this month. And then last but not least, like I mentioned, I'm going to start paying my student loans. And if you guys did not know, I actually just did my graduation ceremony in May, but I had already been graduated since December. So they do put you in this 6-month grace period before having to pay your student loans. So my grace period actually ends on the 24th. I already applied for auto pay. And once that goes through, I believe my first payment will be on the 24th of this month. I believe when I took the whole like exit course to start paying my loans, my minimum was like 120, but I think I'm going to put more than that, and I went for the plan that has me paying 198 a month. Now I'm not 100% sure if I will start paying that this month. It's just weird because the auto pay hasn't gone through, so they'll send me an email once the auto pay goes through to let me know the exact amount. But I believe I'm going to start paying around 198, so I'm going to leave that blank and put that in there, and of course update you guys as I get all of that information back to me. But yes, so I'm happy, kind of sort of, that I'm starting to pay my student loans, and you guys will see the whole amount of all of them because it is several that they are putting together. So yes. Whew. I don't know. I feel like I'm just starting my debt-free journey once again because now I have to start my student loans, but that's something that I have to pay off and I want to pay off, so that's good. And next I'm going to put my totals, which, as you guys can tell from the rest of my budget, I don't enclose my income. I've mentioned that in the future I might do so, but as of now I don't think I will. Just give me a couple more months, guys. Just give me a couple more months. So I can start with income here. I'll put my sort of budgeted or expected amount and then the actual at the end of the month. I'll put my variable expenses and my fixed expenses. And then we'll put this right here. And then last thing that I have here in my budget kit would be this little square, which I love to put any money that I've either saved or that I'm putting towards my debt snowball or debt avalanche for the next month. So that is basically all that I have for this video. Last thing that I will be doing is adding up all of my variable and potential fixed expenses, just because I don't have that there, so I can't really do so. Let me see. So for my variable expenses, I have 130, 100, 150, 80, 100, 100, 115, 50, and 400. So my budgeted amount for my variable expenses is going to be 1,225. And then my potential, let's say, fixed expenses would be 86 plus 67 plus 64 plus 29, 100, 99, 785, 298, and my student loans, which are potential. and student loans, which are a potential 198. This is what I'm looking at for my fixed expenses. Now that seems like so much money. I know it does, but I am getting a little bit of help from my mom to, let's say, pay for my tuition. So I am going to be putting that in sort of my variable income, which is sort of what I've done in the past couple of months. If you guys have been watching me, you guys know this, but I do know that I have to really hustle this month to reach all these numbers and get these numbers met and really stay under my budget for, let's say, my cash envelopes, as well as I will potentially have to dip into my savings because, let's be honest, that's reality. And I'm glad that I've sort of built my savings up a little bit for times like these when I need to pay things like student loans and tuition. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already. We are super close to getting 10,000 subscribers, and I can't be more thankful for you guys. So thank you guys so much. Of course, once I reach that goal, I will have something big in the works for you guys. Please don't forget to also follow me on my Instagrams at Romina Plants or Romina.Rosa. I will be having something exciting this weekend, so make sure to follow me on there as well. As always, I will leave everything that I use in this video linked down below for you guys to check out. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.